What is up, guys? My name is Farium. So today we're going to be going over a very comprehensive guide on how to get better at Phantom Forces. So we're going to be covering almost every little thing that I could think of that would help you guys get better. So number one, aim. Now, aim is very subjective, especially in the context of Farium telling you how to aim. Aiming is pretty difficult when you're new and you have never played a shooting game. And if this is your first shooting game, you're gonna get pummeled by rank 300s, 200s, and 150s. So, in order to get better, I recommend playing either an easier game like Arsenal or using an aim trainer like Aim Lab. Try to make it as similar to your game sense to your aim trainer. So what I mean by that is your sensitivity needs to be the same as your aim trainer. Same with Arsenal. If you can make all these sensitivities almost exact, you will become more and more comfortable with a sensitivity that you might be fond of. Aiming is pretty difficult to describe, but basically point and shoot. You'll get to a point of where you are playing this game where you learn where just to point and shoot without being nervous in close quarters or an enemy being too far away. I'm not there yet, but a lot of people are. The next thing I want to cover is game sense. This means like spawn trapping and spawn camping. So when I was a lower rank, like 150 I decided to learn how to spawn camp. So I bought a VIP server with Robux, and basically what I did was just look at all the spawns and try to remember them. And I'm going to probably be doing that again just to refresh my memory because I haven't been playing this game enough. So basically I will be publishing just a drawing of all these maps and where all the spawns are, so people can kind of learn where all the spawns are and they can learn how to spawn camp a little easier. Because spawn camping is basically just camping the enemy team spawn and killing exactly where they would be. There's also things like map knowledge where like map knowledge is kind of like the places of action in Phantom Forces, you know, like hill in refinery or hill in most areas actually, or just where some of the flares are, the escalators in metro, and other things. Another thing you should learn about spawn camping is just play from a distance, because if you're too close, the enemies won't spawn there, and if you're too close to the pack or like the majority of your team, yeah, nobody would spawn there either. So try to be the lone wolf. The next thing I want to cover is movement. Now we're going to divide these into two parts: sprinting and sliding, and sprinting and jumping, and double jumping. So let's start with sliding. Basically, while you're sprinting, press C, and then you'll slide. If you press C, you will slide twice, so basically shift CC. You will go really fast, and then if you just press shift immediately after the slide animation is done, you will basically be accelerating much faster than you would just default sprinting. This also helps in close quarter situations when an enemy is pretty much at point blank range. You just slide through them, and then you pretty much hip fire them with your weapon. This usually helps if your gun is a little longer, like let's say using an LMG or a sniper. And that's pretty much kind of it. If you learn how to like have this in muscle memory, you'll be able to do that pretty much flawlessly. Now, let's cover jumping. So double jumping or super jumping, whatever the heck you want to call it, is basically where you go up a ledge and you basically just land there. And my tip is go to a private lobby and pretty much try to jump over like the dirt huts in Desert Storm or any like short area that's a little too tall to jump over default. So like little crates in Revod, or like the cardboard boxes in Revod, or just like small areas where you really just can't jump over. So try those and spend some time doing that. And if you're too far, try to do it a little closer. If you're too close, try to do it a little earlier. And yeah, that's kind of it. It's just muscle memory, and I'll tell you the keys on how to do it. So while you're sprinting, jump, then press X or Z, either one. If you press Z, it's a lot easier to control because you have your D key where you could just immediately slide right after. And a close quarter situation, the same thing with sliding. You can just like jump over someone while hip firing them, and you'll be able to like flank them. So they're pretty easy to describe in combat, but it takes some practice to do it. I still haven't mastered it, and that's for sure. Now another thing is gun choice. Now sniping is a whole new video. I'll cover that later, but basically what sniping is, when someone is moving from a distance, your muzzle velocity kind of matters. Like a gun with the SVDS, like it has pretty low muzzle velocity compared to the other snipers, so when someone's like sprinting, you kind of have to aim ahead. If you see in like this clip right here of Spirals, he knows where like the muzzle velocity goes and where people go. It's pretty difficult to get them while they're jumping, but it's pretty much, once you get the hang of that, it's pretty easy to kill people with a sniper. Another thing is bullet drop. Sometimes even the BFG does not cover the drop for the whole map. Every sniper has drop, even the intervention. And basically, you just gotta aim a little higher, and I suggest getting ballistics tracker if you want to learn where your sniper's drop is. And you'll pretty much have to also learn the drop and where people are going by. So on the side, when people are like sprinting towards that, or diagonally, you're also gonna have to aim a little higher if they're far away. So pretty much you're shooting diagonally and it will hit them. It's pretty hard to time this, but once you get the hang of it, again, you'll be a pretty terrifying sniper. So that's kind of it for like sniping and aim. And let's cover more about gun choice. Gun choice is basically just anything. You can use whatever the heck you want. You can use an LMG, you can use a PDW, you can use an AR, carbine, shotgun, DMR, battle rifle, etc. It just matters if you are competent with it or not. Like, if you want fast-paced action, just grab a foul pair of shorty and just start sprinting around the map spamming people, you know? That's how I used to play, because when I was stuck with the SVDS, I just didn't know how to use an automatic, so I just spammed with a very fast-moving rifle. Now, another thing is, if you want speed, you're going to have to get a PDW, because reloads have been buffed on the PDWs, and I think they're currently the best guns to use right now. I have been using the MP5 with a long barrel. It's probably been the funnest thing to use. And I suggest if you're like early into the game, start using PDWs or SMGs. They're pretty fun to use, and you'll probably get the hang of it because the fire rates and damage are so high at close range that you'll probably be killing more people. And sure, range damage isn't great, but start off the game by using PDWs. Alright. I think I've covered kind of everything. So, yeah, that's kind of it. If you like the video, you know what to do. If you dislike the video, you know what to do. But still like that video, like and share, subscribe, whatever, blah blah blah. If you love the video, comment down below if this helped you. My name is Farium, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Peace.